What's up, everybody? I'm back. Today I'm going to be taking Kevin, because Kevin is just also gangsta. That's actually not true. Kevin's actually a giant piece of shit, but I love him, so. Anyways, yeah, so my life has taken, again, another turn for the worse. Thanks for watching as I casually steer my life towards poverty once again. I've got a lot of things to update you guys on, and I'm going to be making like separate films about this woman. Look where the fuck. I'm not looking where I'm going. So I'm going to be making separate videos about all of the things that have been happening, but I'm just going to give you guys like a quick little update and talk about I guess my life as a whole in China and the longevity of it, and hopefully give you guys a better understanding of what it's like to live here for as long as I have. So first thing is, I lost my job. Again. I know what you're thinking, Prozzie. How do you lose the same job twice? How does that even happen? Again, it's actually a really long story, and I am going to be making a video about how that happened. That video is going to be how I lost my job, and then the other, number two, I wanted to teach you guys about schools that maybe you should avoid, or schools that don't, just basically educate you on like who to stay away from. If you're planning on living in China. However, that's going to be later on, because I want to make it like a film. I want to do, even like a lot of the stuff I'm going to be talking about today, I'm going to be doing again, but like film style, because it's not that I don't like doing moto vlogs, it's just I prefer doing something a little bit more artsy so I can play around with a camera. And that's my next topic, is next thing I want to say is I don't actually have a camera right now. Like, most of the stuff I've been filming on lately has been done like on an iPhone. Which is it just doesn't look very good. So I'm kind of in the market for one of those right now. So I lost my job. My girlfriend broke up with me. So I've got no girlfriend, no job, and not a lot of stuff to do. And that's basically what I wanted to talk about. I think I've mentioned this before, is when life gets really stagnant. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Life gets really boring. I mean, there were like times at work when I would stop and be like, man, because being a teacher is exhausting. It's a lot of work to do that job.
I'm so ugly. You're like a disgusting little boy.
Did you just slap me in the face? And I would stop myself and be like, God, I wish I could just go home and like, watch TV, or just like play on my computer and just relax. Like, Jesus. And now that it's been like 2-3 weeks since I lost my job, I've got nothing to do, and I'm really bored and really depressed. So, yeah, I'm going to pull up to a really cool spot up on this bridge, and I'm going to talk about it a little bit more. The reason I'm like kind of almost forcing myself to make this video is that I haven't had a job for like 2 or 3 weeks. My patrons know this. I updated them. But that means like, hey, well, I should have like a buttload of time to do YouTube videos. And I do, but I haven't been doing them because I've just been so bored and so depressed. And when you have nothing to do and nothing going on in your life, there's nothing to talk about, right? And that kind of, what could I possibly make a video about? Being, I say that, what could I possibly make a video about? I am actually planning a film about me being like super broke and jobless in China. I also wanted to give like a really big shout out to TKO Sam. He's a YouTuber in Japan who does, obviously Japan related videos. And he made a video, I think it was like a couple of weeks ago, and I don't remember what it was called, but the premise of the video was like, Japan doesn't suck, you suck, right? And that I wanted to make a video kind of related to that, and also I wanted to give him a shout out because I'm really interested in moving to Japan, and he has been helping me a lot, answering my questions, like really noob questions. Like I would even ask him, how do visas work in Japan? Like, how do I get that? Which is like the most noob question ever, and I hate when people ask me that, because it's like, just Google it, dude. But he's been really cool, so huge shout out to TKO Sam. I've always wanted to try and make it up those stairs, and I've never been able to because Kevin just doesn't have the power, so I'm going to have to go around this. So, I mean, after living here for long enough, you're going to kind of have to ask the question, like, when is it my time to leave? When is it time to kind of say goodbye to, the life that you've built here for this long and go, And it sucks because I feel like, looking back, like, I've been here for 4 years. I've owned like 10 different motorcycles and scooters. Not that I'm bragging, it's just like that, you know, I've done a lot of cool, fucking Jesus Christ, this guy's turning right. I've done a lot of really cool things. I've met a lot of really, really cool people. And the last 4 years has been huge, and it's difficult to say goodbye to those things. But then that's also a bit contradictory because I'm not really saying goodbye to them because they're already gone. You know, most of the really cool friends I've met here have left. I got no one really to ride with. I've got no one to talk to. I know that sounds really depressing, but I don't actually have too many friends here in China because I'm trying to get up on that bridge, which is a bit difficult. I want to give it a shot, but it's kind of tough. Tough call to make. Let's see. Come on, Kevin. That was embarrassing. Kevin just doesn't have the power to make it up these goddamn ramps. I also think I'm spinning out. Anyways, fuck the bridge. I want to pull over somewhere and have a little talk. This is not an easy video to make because it's basically saying I'm leaving China, which is half true. I mean, I'm not going to be leaving China for another couple of months. There's a lot of stuff I still want to do, a lot of videos I still want to make about living here. But man, like, I never really fully appreciated how much a job meant to me until I lost it. You know, I'm just sitting at home doing nothing. Because, you know, I've lived in Huizhou for 3 years, and again, I'm not blaming China. It's not the place. It's always you, right? That's the kind of, like, point, it's not, China doesn't suck, you suck, right? Again, quoting TKO Sam there. I'm walking through this park, but this path is, like, abandoned, and I gotta really watch out for snakes. I could, like, it's, when you live in a small city like Huizhou, you end up kind of, like, running out of stuff to do. You kind of end up, like, not, you know, you've seen all you can see in the city, and you know, I could go out to like different cities, but my visa is actually in processing right now, which means it's sitting in some government office, which means I can't go anywhere. So I'm like stuck in the city. I can't travel. I have like literally no friends. I got no one to ride with, nothing to do. And it's just been like the most depressing week, or 2 weeks rather, of my entire life. And it's almost a good thing because it helped me take a good long look at myself and figure out, you know, what's best for me and where should I go. How can I make the situation better? Because I'm not learning anything, I'm not doing anything. Life is just getting a little bit boring. And, you know, after 4 years of all the stuff I've done, all the people I've met, it's kind of, you know, again, I'm seeing that door close and I'm starting to see like it might be time to kind of say goodbye to all of that. But again, I'm gonna be making like a whole film, hopefully with CMOK about that in the future. A whole video about how I lost my job. This is just kind of like a quick sort of update video, I guess. That's the thing, like if you guys are ever in this position or in this kind of situation, it's important that you don't, you know, it's important that you don't just like, we'll say, oh, well, screw China. This place sucks, you know. It's not China's fault, you know. That's just, you know, a lot of, by the way, how I lost my job, I know you guys are gonna have so many questions. Just save them for the video. It was completely out of my control. But it's definitely not a happy story. But again, this is not like a goodbye China video. This is not like a me leaving China video. It's just, you know, I've got another couple of months under my belt to work on more stuff. I gotta get like a proper camera and stop filming on my iPhone so I can make like real films about this place. Because I feel like after 4 years, I do have something to say, or at least something to show about how awesome this place is. Again, China is like a great, great place. And I'm sorry this video was a bit selfish and a bit empty because I didn't actually provide you guys with any information, but I needed to make something because I just needed to get out of the house, really. One big reason I'm leaving that I almost forgot to mention was my my health. It's not anything serious, but you know, I stopped running for a couple of months because you know, I was working a lot when I had my job, and you know, being a teacher is obviously a very physically demanding job. So I feel like I didn't really need to, and I was fine. But now that I've lost my job, I decided to do some running just to basically help, you know, I don't want to not exercise. But it's only up until recently I really noticed a giant effect of like the pollution has on your body. Because before, I guess when I moved here when I was 22, I was not that much younger, but still I was younger, and I was running, and you know, a lot of people complained about the pollution, but I didn't really notice a giant difference. Like for me, it felt totally fine. I didn't really notice any impact like on my lungs or anything. But now,
that I've started running, like the last couple of days, like I'll be running in front of a bunch of trucks or like, you know, cars and stuff, and buses will go by and I'm like wheezing, I can't breathe. It's not really the healthiest thing. Plus I've been like eating and drinking too much, so yeah. So there's quite a bit of health issues going on. And I think, you know, I mentioned Japan quite a lot, but I think it'd be better to go to a place that's healthier, cleaner air, cleaner food, because I'm getting like, it's kind of disgusting, but I'm getting a lot of like stomach infections and intestinal infections a lot lately, which sucks really bad. So, I mean, even C-Milk, like, you know, he's been here a long time and we're noticing a lot of, I guess, effects on our body that never really happened before. And it's just because, you know, when you grow up in the West, it doesn't matter how long you stay in China for, it's a bit difficult to get used to all of the food here. And, you know, my body's adjusted quite well, but I think it's starting to break down over time, you know? I think I'm gonna try and get out of the house more, gonna buy a proper camera, gonna make some films. I gotta do something, guys, because, you know, when all of that bad stuff happens, like no girlfriend, no job, nothing to do, it does get you down, and I'm not gonna just leave because of that. It's just, you know, I gotta make some changes. Anyways, guys, that's just my little rant video. I hope it wasn't like too depressing. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update because, you know, channel's growing and I feel like I owe it to you. So stay tuned for the next video. If you haven't watched my last video about how I lost my knuckle, go back and watch that. It's a good one. And stay positive. Catch you on the next episode.